Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to my garden. And isn't it looking beautiful on this winter day? Absolutely loving it. The thin layer of snow and frost, kind of like light winter wonderland. And if I just gently swing around, you get to see that it actually is an absolute glorious winter day today. Sun is out, clear blue skies. It's very cold though, crisp and fresh air, beautiful. And it's one of those days where I know if I get up early in the morning and go to the beach with Alfie, I'm going to be rewarded with a beautiful sky. And that's exactly what happened. There was still like a thin layer of clouds going on, but the skies, they were like pink and purple and orange and light blue skies in the back. Absolutely glorious. I think I took 2,000 photos at least with Alfie and everything. Really enjoy my start into the day. And since it is such an amazing, beautiful day, I absolutely want to do something in the garden today with you guys. I mean, obviously I can't do any digging or anything because soil is completely frozen, but there's a few jobs that still can be done around this time of the year. And before I went into the garden, actually, last night I already made a short list of things that I want to do, because there are a few things that are good be done at this time of the year. But I want to do as well as I just want to walk you through the garden just quickly, just like a quick mini winter garden tour basically. There's nobody filming me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be behind the camera and just walk you through and talk you through a little bit. And I think once we do that, I probably get to see a few more jobs that need to be done. So let's see what else comes across my eye basically. But I hope you're excited about today's winter video. So let's start in the front garden, and here you get to see already the first thing I need to tackle and that I should have tackled in August, and clearly we're not in August anymore, so I kind of missed that time frame, but alright, that's what it is. This is the lavender, and I only have 2 patches of lavender left actually, because last winter, after a very wet winter actually, most of them died. Because this is the thing, lavender is a Mediterranean plant. Clearly we're not in a Mediterranean climate. They can cope quite well with the frosty temperatures, but when it's too wet in the spring or late winter, this is what kills them. And this is exactly what happened last year. So I've got 2 patches left, and all I do is just come in there and just cut back a little bit. Not a lot really, just like the dead flower heads, basically the spent ones, and that's all I'm going to do. So this is going to take a couple of seconds pretty much out of me. And then let's continue walking here into the mid section of the front garden. Really nice with the sun, so sun-filled in the morning hours. And with the willow, isn't it looking so nice after I really went in there and just cut back all of those branches and really just exposed all of these bare bones of the willow tree. Really loving it. And you can tell the swing bench is still here, but what I need to do is store the bench now, because the temperatures, we're going to have like more snow probably on its way. So at one point I really need to make sure that this is stored in the garden shed. But up until then, really want to show you how everything is looking here. All the beautiful winter structures. One thing you can tell is an area that still bugs me a little bit in the front garden, because here on the left you see really nice border planting and all the structures with the grasses and the asters and epimedium at the front, and then there is kind of like nothing with a tiny shrub that doesn't want to grow, which is a white jasmine, and then there is another actually quite nice border. So I really need to think about what to do with this area here. I mean, it makes no sense. It's kind of like both borders and kind of like in a hedge, and then there is nothing. It kind of doesn't really feel organic with the rest of the garden. But yeah, let's see. This is something I need to think about, or we need to think about here as together, and what we're going to do. Bird food still in position. I'm always going to make sure that there's more and more bird food, because especially this time of the year when it's so cold and frosty temperatures, this is the important time of when you need to feed your birds, and this is exactly what I'm doing. So let's walk to the midsection of the garden now, and this is a view that I really love and enjoy, especially at this time of the year when the entire garden opens up at the back and you get to see all of the stark structures of the trees, all the bare bones basically, and you really get to enjoy the entire landscape, how it opens up in the back. So beautiful from this angle. And then if I swing to the left, tiny garden shed, really cute. And inside the cute little garden shed is actually a wall zone. I really need to get in there and start cleaning it desperately. It looks really bad. There's a reason why I never showed you how it looks on the inside. But what I need to do as well is just like some quick things. You know, just quickly clean the gutters here because there's some stuff in there. I need to do it in the house as well though, but I think since I'm alone, I'm not going to do that because that is a little dangerous eventually. But look, I love on these frosty days and temperatures how beautiful the glass is looking, like the single glass on these doors here with all these like icy structures forming there. So beautiful. Kind of reminds me of my grandparents' house because they had single glass as well. And some of the rooms that were not used, that is exactly what happened. They're so romantic in a way. I just quickly want to walk with you to the back of the garden and just show you how important winter structure really is, in my opinion, for a garden. And there's a reason why I'm not cutting back anything yet. At one point, obviously, in March, I will cut everything back and really come in there. And then at least I still have like small things like my boxwoods here. They're all, I kind of want them to grow into this like cloud effect. But I still have an area here where I haven't really planted anything. And another area just back there where are some gaps, and I was thinking about maybe introducing some dogwood, some like Arctic Fire or some of those like really fiery red branch varieties, because I think that they will be just fabulous as a winter color and winter structure here in the garden. And since there is so much color coming like from the tulips, then later on obviously from all the asters and the other perennials, I don't really mind that at one point the dogwood is not the most exciting shrub maybe during this season, like during like spring or summer necessarily, but then in winter it's so important. So here you see clearly, well, is it so clearly? I haven't taken out the turf on the new herbaceous border that I'm planning, so not a lot happened there. All I did is, and even that you can't really tell, there is an area coming with my finger, try to come in with my finger here, where I just planted more tulips. Because at one point I thought 2,000 tulips or 2,000 spring bulbs are not enough. I needed to have an extra 200. So yeah, this is what happened. I came in and put more tulips in the back garden. So I think next year will be really nice. Can't wait to see that. So this is the way to the slope. Now I just quickly want to show you how that is looking. And if you remember, in one of my earliest videos, I made a little basket weave fence section with you and showed you how to do it. So this is how it looks now, because in that video, I ran out of canes at one point. And I came in the other day and started cutting back more and more canes, really happy about it. Finish it off, looks really nice. But then you get to see that there's another tiny section here. And since I started developing the slope, some of the horizontal canes are actually hanging in the air now, which is clearly not good. I think it looks kind of flimsy, and I really want to get that one out and replace it and make it a little bigger so they are matching. And I already started cutting back some more hazel canes. They're all lying here. And I think this is also something I'm going to do today, cut a little bit more and just clean them off so I can start working with them. Clearly I can't do it now because everything is frozen, the entire ground, everything is frozen, so I can't get any new supporting beams inside, but at least I can prepare everything. Then you get to see like the bottom layer here. So, there, basically, this is where the bottom layer will be. Nothing happened really. Exactly the same as it is. Haven't even started preparing like the supporting system with the beams or anything. Still something to happen later on. And then here, just quickly show you, this is the reason why I really love the slope so much, because it is so sun-filled throughout the entire day. Even on the winter day, when the sun is out, this is the area where you always have sun in the garden, and this is why I really love it. So glorious. The dead hedge looking really nice down there. I kind of wonder if really animals are kind of like doing hibernation, and I'm hoping they do, because this is one of the reasons why you're building areas like these, really to make the garden wildlife friendly. And speaking of wildlife, I hear something coming from my back, which is wildlife. Ever wonder if Yeti exists? Yes, Yeti exists in my garden. And isn't she cute? Especially in the snow. She really looks like a little Yeti, doesn't she? Oh, so adorable. So what I'm going to do now is walk you to another area quickly and then talk you through one last project that I'm longing to do with you in the garden today. So I'm standing in the midsection of the garden next to our deck terrace, as you might recognize here. And there is a shrub in my back here. So this is a dwarf lilac, and this is what I'm going to tackle today and cut, because it's a perfect time of the year to do any kind of like hardwood pruning. And what I want to show you quickly is, like, if we just walk a little closer. So I kind of cut it in a little bit of a sphere shape already, and this is what I always do. So I think I cut it like 3-4 months ago, I think the last time, just to make sure that I still have like a nice green canopy. What I'm going to do now is go even deeper in, like at least another 30 centimeters. So I'm trying to show you closer. Hope you can see it, like where the thicker branches are. So here are some thicker branches, and this was all the new growth. And I already cut back at least 40 centimeters a couple months ago. And the thing about lilac is when you cut it normally, it's not so nice, because then you won't have flowers next year on your normal garden lilac. But the dwarf variety, I figured what happens is it just flowers a lot later then. Rather than flowering in May, it's going to produce its flowers in July, which I don't mind. For me, it doesn't need to flower in May. If it flowers at all, I'm happy. And I really want to make sure that it stays like a little more compact and has this nice sphere shape, because I really like to play with these like round shapes here with the boxwoods and then with the lilac as well. And another advantage is like when it flowers in July, obviously this is a really lovely time of the year here, so we get to sit on the terrace a lot, and then we get to enjoy the absolute incredible fragrance of this lilac on the terrace for the entire month of July. So actually I quite enjoy it the way it is. And this is the first thing I'm going to do with you today, because the sun is just here in this area, and I really want to make sure that whatever I do, that at least I still have a little bit of sun going on. Or maybe do I do the lavender first? No, I do this first. I think this is better. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do first with you in today's video. I'm feeling well prepared. I've got my hot coffee with me, really essential today. Sharp secateurs, my wheelbarrow, and yeah, let's tackle the shrub. First project is done and I'm happy. I think it looks good, really trimmed back a lot, and also try to get in there and really get out a lot of the spindly small branches. Not all of them, because time's precious, days are short, so I really need to like hurry up a little bit. So the Ariana Grande playlist was definitely on doing this project, but I'm happy. All of this quickly gonna go to the back of a garden onto the dead hatch, but what I actually want to show you quickly is, if we swing around here, remember that I planted some tulips together with you in some pots, and the pots are sitting here. And this is exactly what I store them at this side of the garden, because number one is that they're kind of protected with a hatch in the back, but they're really sitting in the sun, and this is exactly what they need. So it's like perfect, it's really cold. This cold spell, that triggers on tulips something to make them flower, but they're still sitting in the sun. This is kind of like almost like the natural environment where they would grow in the mountains of Turkey. But what we're going to do now is go to the front garden and quickly start tackling the lavender. So one quick word about the gutters here. Obviously, everything what is inside is frozen, so duh. That was not really smart trying to do it now, but I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until it gets a little warmer and then I just get in there and quickly clean it. This is just like a 1 minute project actually. But I want to take you to the back of the slope with me because you still get to see the sun there and it's just there and I can show you why it is so beautiful back there. I really want to show you how beautiful this site is at this time of the day. And just swing around, even though there will be a sun flare, but so you get to see and enjoy it as well. I think this is just so glorious back here, and this is the reason on why I really try and make sure that whatever project I have on a beautiful day like this, the last hour I try to spend here on the slope, because I know it will be sun-filled, it will be beautiful, and even though we're in the midst of winter, the sun feels lovely and warm. So you could see I was just preparing some more hazel canes, basically just snipping off some of the spindly branches, make sure I have like beautiful nice straight canes, just put them aside. And then I have a little more lavender here, which I kind of forgot about for a second. So even there I just snipped off some of the spent flower heads and just a little bit into the wood basically. And this is all I did. So I think what I'm going to do now is just like look around if there's anything else I can quickly do for the last 10 minutes of sunlight that I have before I go to the inside. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed a winter day in my garden with me. And I would really love to welcome you in one of my future videos. Up until then, have a wonderful day, you guys. And I hope you get to enjoy the sun as much as I could today. Love to see you again. Bye.